So you're at the line of scrimmage, the play's being called in, and all of a sudden the defense shifts. Got to call an audible. How do you prepare for the unexpected?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. Such a great question, because me being a planner, I could have this awesome plan throughout the day, just ready to roll, positive attitude, and then boom, that call comes. Or that kid comes in with a bloody nose, or I fall down the steps. Oh my gosh, what happened to my positive planned day just like went away? So what happens when you plan something, but then things that happen are unexpected you have to roll with?
Yeah. I think your friend, explained it really well in terms of using the audible analogy, like in football. You got to play, you know what you're going to do. But again, life happens. The defense does something different, something crazy gets thrown at you, and you've got to shift and be flexible. And I think as we go throughout our day, really it's like God is our quarterback. And while we might have the play laid out, we might have our plans, and if I'm a wide receiver, I know my role. But if I don't listen to the quarterback when he calls an audible, I'm going to run the wrong route and the play's not going to be successful.
That's really, really good. And I know for me, I've learned how to just be flexible in that and roll organically, because when I overplan, I don't allow for those organic things that God has for me. Like maybe having time to take that phone call that I needed to take, or taking the extra 5 minutes to have that conversation with a person I wasn't expected to have that conversation with. So we really do have to be flexible as God calls the audibles into us so we can live the life that He intended, or actually the day He intended, even though we had a plan.
Yeah. I heard an evangelist say one time that while he certainly has his day planned out, he's really just flexible to allow the Holy Spirit and God to kind of lead him through the day. Because he says, if I'm working out in the morning at the gym and somebody's in the gym and we end up in a conversation, like, I don't want to be like, hey, I got to go minister here in 30 minutes. Like, I got to take off. He's like, I just let it flow. And somehow or another, I still never end up late to the things I need to be to.
Yeah, so it's great. So what I hear you saying, it's great to plan, but we also need to be flexible for those audibles that God calls in, because it might be a day that ends up being better than we could have ever expected or planned for, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. So a couple of tips on, how do you prepare for the unexpected and be ready for those audibles? I think one for me is, again, just being flexible. It's very simple, but just be flexible. The other would be making sure that we understand what those potential audibles could be, or those things that pop up, so that we can plan for those. Because just like a football team, they prepare that if the defense does this, we'll respond this way. If the defense does something different, we're going to call another play. So knowing what those things are that could come up will help you be better prepared when the time comes.
That's great. It's great. I'm in a season where I'm growing, being prepared for the audibles, and I know you are too. So
yeah. So again, if you're in the game and things aren't going the way as planned, be prepared to call an audible and be okay being flexible.